You couldn't kick any head in your butt.
Kick your head in right now.
Right, look at this pallet, everyone. I know you're not going to believe this is pallet wood. I didn't make it. Don't call me Danny made all that, James Fix Sick Fingers. Let's see how long it takes me to break it down. Whoa, look at them nails. They're savage. Oh, I've got this one, this will be better. Definitely need a big lump hammer there, that'll make that job real easy. I'm gassing, I'm blowing up my ass already. Oh. Shut, swear. Don't swear. Let me cut my balls off.
Whoa, please.
It's only pine, but that ain't bad off a pallet, is it? Oh shit, nails everywhere. I've been doing it 8 minutes so far. Ah, scratch me sen. Shit, I don't know where now it's on here. Tiddies, did you see that?
No.
Dad nearly hit me in the face.
Oh, you bastard, yes. Shall I work out, isn't it?
Right, that'll do. My bench is going to be 1,200 millimeters long, and these boards, what I've just milled all up, are about 1,400 something plus. So anywhere where there's a nail hole like this just on the end, I'll be able to remove most of these on the end, and then the rest of them, we'll just put some pine filler on. Square the boards up, and then I'll set my stop block up, and I'll cut these to 1,200 millimeters. This is where I'm missing my cameraman, Jacob, because I'm having to hold everything and do everything at the same time. Right then, I've done the outside half laps. I'm going to show you now how I set that up. Here I've got a dial, and for a better word, down here I've got a stop block. And what that does is it puts my saw into a trench setting. So when I pull it down, it only goes so far down, and I just wind that dial there to raise or lower the blade. Dead simple. You need a spacer when doing this because of the shape of the blade. It's rounded. If you was to do it near the back, you'd have a rounded part on your half lap. So you need to bring it forward. So it's at the lowest point of the blade, which is there in the center. I then attached a stop block here, and you'll see how that works now. So all I have to do is put my piece up to there, make the cut, and then work my way across, cutting it like so. I always pull my workpiece away from the blade instead of towards it when I'm doing a half lap on the miter saw, just so my hand's never pushing towards the blade. For the middle half laps, as you can see, I've already got all these ones done. I've left one to show you. I found the centre of an offcut there, and you can see we've got a nice fit like so. And all I've done then is I've marked that centre point, placed this on there like that, and then I've marked either side. Once I've done that, I've got my T-square, and I've marked all the way down. All clamped together to keep everything nice and central. I've removed the stop block that we had before, and I've now put this bigger block, and I've just super glued that on there on the back of this bottom board. And all that's going to do is just, it gives me a point of reference of where I need to cut, and it's also going to stop any tear out. With 3 hours 40 minutes, with 3 hours 40 minutes into the build, and it's going quite well, apart from a couple of boo-boos. One was induced by Jake's incompetence, obviously not mine. And the depth stop on the miter saw, Jake had gone over there and done a straight cut, not told me, took the depth stop off, and then I went back and nearly cut all the way through my piece of wood, and these are the only pieces I've got. We're on to the centre support and the two end supports of the frame, and the centre one needs to be too wide, and that was another slight mistake I did. When I cut these mortises earlier on, I only did them one wide, so I've just been back and rectified that. I'll just show you how I mark these out, and with these two, to make it easier, I'm going to tape these together so I can cut the mortises at the same time. All I've done is made a little stop block, and all it is a little offcut of these same pieces. I've squared a line off down here with a square, and then I've stuck a little piece of MDF on there with super glue. Place your piece on there, your little template, square it off onto the next one, square it off like so, all the way across, and then just mark off the areas what you're going to mortise. I've got a pro tip for you. Anyone who says pro tip is a bit of a div, so don't say pro tip. We're gonna glue this up now, and I've got my glue ready. That's my pro tip. Got my clamps ready, and I've got some braces ready to help pull everything together. I'm gonna do the center one first. I think that'll be the easiest.
Last one wasn't great, was it? What I went with.
The legs are simple. They're a trapezoid shape. Each cut is at 8 degrees. So all I have to do is set my miter to 8 degrees and then just cut the lengths, each piece, to the length that I require. I won't go through the dimensions because your bench will be perhaps a slightly different size to mine, unless you're going to be following our free plans. What's Jacob laughing at? I do not know. Unless you're going to be following our free plans, which will have all the measurements there for you. We're now on to the finishing, another batch of sanding on the legs, which took me about 20 minutes. I'm using black gloss for the legs, which is going on nicely. I'm going to paint that one in a second. And the top of the bench itself has had about 4 or 5 coats of this stuff here, which I get off Amazon, and that's a matte lacquer. The back gloss is acrylic, so that means it's water-based, really easy to put on, really easy to clean your brushes, and that's my go-to when I use paints. An absolutely stunning bench. A couple of tips on when you are selling stuff. It's very difficult to make something to just sell it when you haven't got a customer already lined up. It's got to meet all the criteria for that customer. They've got to be able to afford it for starters. It's got to meet their requirements in the size and the dimensions. It's got to meet their requirements for their decor and stuff like that. It's got to be in their taste. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our Patreon and channel members. It is really appreciated, all your support. If you'd like to support the channel, feel free to head over to the channel membership zone or the Patreon. I'll put the links in the description below, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye.